Jenkins. This is my FTE 211 week 5 assignment. Today is April 10th, 2024. All right, week 5's here. So what we're going to do before we get started, same thing we've done the last few weeks, is we're going to clear this weapon, make sure it's safe. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to drop the magazine, show that there's no ammo in there. We're going to slide the lock back, rack the slide back, lock it in place, so there's no ammo in the chamber. We're going to do a visual and physical inspection of the weapon. Pull the trigger, safe direction, pull the trigger. This weapon has been cleared and is ready to be worked on. Okay, for part 1, there's 3 items that we need to accomplish. The first is to do a dry functions test, and that is a functions test without a magazine or any ammo in it, so dummy rounds otherwise. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the rack back, pull the slide back, rack one back, put it in a safe direction, pull the trigger, it comes down just fine. Do that again. We're going to put the safety on this time. Pull the trigger, nothing happens. We're going to pull the grip safety, pull the trigger, nothing happens. Take it off safe, pull the trigger, grip safety, point in safe direction. All right, so that works the way it should. The next thing that we've got to test is to do a function check with snap caps or dummy ammunition. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We put the ammunition in there. We're going to pull the slide back. We're going to feel feed chamber and lock into place. We're going to point in safe direction. We're going to hit the trigger, pull the trigger. It fires. We're going to simulate ejection, unlocking and ejecting. Round comes out. We're going to hold our finger on the trigger, feed chamber load, listen for the trigger reset. And this time we're going to put the safety on. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put the grip safety, pull the trigger, nothing happens. Just pull the trigger, nothing happens. Grip safety trigger, nothing happens. Pull the safety down, fire, and then eject. Also, we'll listen for the reset. Also, you can see that the slide locked open on the last round. The third part of part 1 is to talk about what would I be looking for when I'm doing a live fire functions test. I'd look to see to make sure that the ammo is the spent ejection ammo is being ejected correctly. There's no markings on it, so to indicate that the slide or any of the other parts were out of spec. For part 2, we're asked to assess the feel of the trigger and seeing how it feels and how smooth it is. Because we did a lot of trigger work last week, so we polished it, and I've we cleaned up. We used this polishing slide stone, or what was that called? We used the trigger track stone, and we polished up in that trigger as well, or the trigger where the trigger goes in. So it's got a very smooth feel. So taking my finger off the grip safety, very smooth, pulling it down, and even when I rack it back and pull this trigger, it has a very, very smooth feel. For part 3, we're asked to measure the length of our barrel. And to do that, I'm going to take this brass rod that I have that's got a grooved in at the end here, and we're locked into a vise, and the action is closed. Get my Sharpie out here. I'll just stick that right in there, and then we're going to keep it in there. Again, this is in a vise locked in. We're going to make ourselves a mark right about there. Pull that out. We've got ourselves a 5-inch barrel. Part 4, what we're going to do is we're going to measure the twist rate of this barrel. And to do that, we're going to use this cleaning rod. It has a piece of tape on it. That's going to be our measurement of how much it twists. We've got a cleaning jag with a cotton cleaning bit on there that's doubled up, and we've got it clamped in. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in slowly. We're going to watch it twist. We're going to wait for it to twist about a quarter, and see where that. And when that is, we're going to make a mark, and then we're going to pull it out, and that'll give us our twist rate. Try that again. So you see it spins right about, all right, that was our quarter turn right about there. So I'm gonna mark that. Call that about 4 inches. So 4 times 4 is 16. So I have a 1/16 twist on this barrel. For the fifth and final part, we're asked to talk about how to test for headspace using go, no-go gauges. So what we want to do first is here's the slide taken off, and you can see that it is locked back completely in its current state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this forward a little bit. I'm going to grab the go gauge. We're going to put that into the extractor here, okay? We're going to slide the barrel back, lock it into place, and you're going to see that it is exactly as it was beforehand. So it is locked back in place and the headspace is correct. Now, what we'll do is we'll take the go gauge out and we're going to put the no-go gauge in. So we're going to put that into the extractor here. We're going to lock that back as best we can. And you can now see that the gap is opened up here and it is not locked back. It is not seated back correctly. So that shows how to check for headspace with a go no gauge go no gauge set. All right, now that we've got this weapon back together, what we're going to do is again what we've done every week. We're going to do a functions check and a cycle of operations. So first thing we're going to do, using snap caps once again, we're going to point in a safe direction. We're going to load the magazine into the weapon, put it safely in place. We're then going to rack the slide back. We're going to feed, chamber, and lock into place the round. We're going to point in a safe direction. We're going to pull the trigger, drop the hammer, fire the round, keeping our finger on the trigger. We're going to rack the slide back, eject the round, and then feed chamber and load the next round. And we're going to listen for the trigger reset. This weapon has been fully assembled and reassembled properly, and the function check or cycle operations function check has been completed.